Hey golfers, I'm Drew Mahowald, Second Swing Golf, out here at Titleist Performance Institute with Michael Bradley, the Senior Director of Marketing for Scotty Cameron putters, because we have a whole new lineup of Scotty Cameron blade putters.
Yeah, sure do.
This is super exciting. I know there's some history behind this one, as well as some brand new technology and developments with it. So
yeah.
Michael, I'll let you really just kind of tell the story here.
Absolutely. Well, thanks, Drew. We're really excited about the 2025 Studio Style line. Where does Studio Style come from? Well, 2025, coincidentally, is the 20th anniversary of Scotty's original Studio Style line, which was a really great multi-material metal inserted blade line. So we kind of given a little bit of a nod to that, but a whole new revamp of our blade offering, from Newport 2 up to totally redesigned mid-mallets with a totally new technology story and different materials, and it's just really, really exciting.
Yeah, so I first look at these, and I think the first thing you look on the club face, and then we talk about this insert.
Yeah.
A metal insert on there is the story. So talk to me about that, how that came about with working with team, working with Scotty, and what the material is. I know also the story with Scotty, he likes to play with metals. Metals is his big thing. So what do we have here with this insert in the series?
Yeah, well, Scotty loves working with metal and milled metal specifically. And if you know, like our Trillium lines, or again, like I said, the original Studio Style line or Champion's Choice, we can get great feels out of different metals and different methods of milling those metals, whether it's deep mill, mid mill, soft mill.
Sure.
So we have a lot of control over it, and he just believes it's a longer lasting, more premium way to do it. So what we did with the new Studio Style line is we kind of searched all the metals, and Austie Rollinson, who joined our team about 3 years ago, who's got an incredible wealth of knowledge in putter design, did a lot of materials research with Scotty, and came to the conclusion that one kind of famous metal in our world was the best option, and that is carbon steel.
Wow,
so we've got a carbon steel insert in these new putters. We call it Studio Carbon Steel because we've done some things to it for the new line to solve for the fact that carbon steel has this incredible soft feel, but in the old days it could get a little rusty.
Right.
So we've solved for that with an electroless nickel plating that inhibits that but doesn't change the soft feel of the carbon steel. So you have an incredibly soft carbon steel milled insert on the face. Aerospace vibration dampening behind the insert and around it, and then the putter heads are milled 303 stainless steel, as we're known for.
Wow, so then that's kind of it's really a new look, or a fresh look at least, in terms of the blade styles that have been from the past Scotty Cameron series. So now, in terms of the different models too, we want to talk about those.
Yeah.
I see something that looks kind of cool and catches my eye in your hand as well. So we've got the kind of classic looks of the Newport 2, things like that, but there's also maybe some changes to some of the mid-mallets in the line?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got totally redesigned mid-mallets in the line, Drew, the Fastback and the Squareback, and we've offered them in a couple of varieties. So we have the standard Fastback, which has a mid-bend shaft for kind of that most stable stroke. We have a Fastback 1.5 with a small slant neck or a jet neck, and then we have the Squareback 2 in the line as well. And then we've got some long design options of those. But I've got the Squareback right here, which is the Squareback, comes with a mid-bend shaft. So very stable putter, but these are totally new designs. This had a lot of Austie's design work in it. And what's going on here is we call these ring weighted. And if you think of our Phantom 9 putter, which has been pretty popular on tour, same concept in a bigger platform. But what we've done here is you can kind of see through the putter into the turf. That creates a perimeter weighting in what otherwise is a really compact blade-like putter. The other key thing about these new mid-mallets is what we call this high contrast alignment. So when you look at these putters at address and you set up to them, because of this multicolor effect, you're basically seeing the illusion of just that blade you love, whether it's a Newport 2 or a Fastback, a Newport. You see that blade at address, and then you've got this black section followed by kind of this tracer blade. And what our players on tour have told us, the feedback they've given us, they love this alignment because they can set up to what looks to them like their favorite blade, but then they've got that secondary blade following it that helps keep the putter squarer for a longer period through the ball.
Sure.
So it's a very high power alignment.
Yeah, it looks really appealing from address to, like you mentioned, you get the classic look of the blade, but then you have the power of both the sort of the ring weighting, which is a little bit more stable, and then of course that visual kind of cue for golfers as well. So as we dive into some more of the tech and all the features as well, one of the things I had to ask too is in terms of just the putter fitting element, and then the technology of kind of higher MOI with the Phantom line. It's almost like these mid mallets kind of have a little bit of that kind of the taste of the Phantom lineup with that stuff, but still maintaining the elegance of sort of the classic Scotty Cameron blades.
Yeah, absolutely. The new Fastback and Squareback putters are significantly higher MOI than the prior gen product. And the goal here was, you know, we've had a big trend towards mallets in our business, and we've seen it on tour. And the Phantom line does great for that, but how could we offer some of that mallet-like performance within the Studio Style line? So Austin did a great job of kind of infusing that mallet MOI, that forgiveness, into the Fastback and Squareback in a way that, hey, for that player, if they prefer a smaller look, they can grab one of these and still get those mallet-like benefits. And there's a lot going on here with materials. You know, in both this Fastback and the Squareback, these black sections here, in addition to being an alignment, they're aircraft aluminum, as is the sole plate. So aircraft aluminum is lighter than stainless steel, and whenever we're using that, we're repositioning weight out and back in the putter, and the benefit for a player of that is very high stability. So that's where that's coming from.
Yeah, and one of my favorite things about this lineup too is all the options. Again, there's 10 total models. And you mentioned the long options. There's two that come in sort of a longer, you know, sort of that kind of counterbalance almost build.
Fastback and Squareback too.
And then you have left-handed options as well. There's 4 models that come in left-handed. So just the degree of, I guess, the plethora of options is really great to have here. And I know there's that way, you know, every golfer watching this is going to have something that fits their eye and fits their putting stroke.
Absolutely. Whether you like a lot of feel from the face and you're looking for kind of a jet neck or a higher toe flow, higher face awareness kind of setup, or you want a very stable mallet kind of design where you might go for a mid-bend shaft, we've got it all. In addition, there's opportunities, you know, in terms of fitting for posture and hand height for a player, going with that short neck or a plumbing neck to get that kind of mid position, or a mid-bend shaft to get a higher hand position. So very broad line, like you said, a lot of lefty options for our lefty fans, two counterbalance long design, and it's just a great offering. I think, Drew, the one thing I'll touch on too that's really exciting across the line is this chain link face milling technology on the insert. And so what we do, so we start with the Studio Carbon Steel, and that's the first step in achieving this incredibly soft feel of the new line while preserving the feedback our players have come to expect. But Austin and Scotty experimented with a lot of milling patterns on that face. How do we take it to the next level, you know, in terms of that feel we're going for and our players are asking for? We tried lines, we tried punch marks, we tried a little bit of everything. And we've done a lot of this for our players on tour. We landed on this chain link pattern, somewhat inspired by, you know, the chain link of the full contact grip. But we just found it actually is a really great way of achieving a deep milled sound and feel, but in just a very clean, elegant look. So it's the combination of that carbon steel and the chain link that's produced this really fantastic feel.
Yeah, that's the cool thing is all these Scotty Cameron blades in the past have felt awesome, and now to get this kind of new insert, new sort of milling pattern with the chain link, we're really excited about it. So Michael, thank you for your time today.
Thanks, Drew.
It's been awesome to be out here, and we're learning a lot about the new Titleist stuff, including the Scotty Cameron blades.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's been awesome. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.